Okay, so I'm back finally after last week's disaster of buying a, if you didn't see, a gazebo. I bought it cheap on Amazon and learnt a bit of a lesson. So this week, yeah, I managed to get down to the local shop for boats, and well, not really boats, fiberglass. It was a bit harder to get in Guernsey than I thought it was going to be, but if you're in Guernsey and you're looking for fiberglass materials and mixed fishing supplies, they're very, very helpful. They gave me so much advice. You know, I explained what I was doing, and I'm quite literally just winging it, and the fiberglass side of it is something I've never ever even attempted to do. So I've got some bits. So some of it I might not even need, but yeah, so I've got some polyester resin, which a subscriber made a comment and he said about polyester resin, so thank you for that. I've got a bit of hardener in here, which the guy at the mixed fishing supplies actually just explained, you know, it's very hot at the moment, so you're not going to need the same amount of hardener and so on. So he went through that with me, which is very, very helpful, because I would have just followed the instructions assuming that that was the right way to do it. So brush that I can just throw away. I needed some masks anyway, so I've got some masks to fill in the holes. The same chap that recommended the polyester resin mentioned about they mix sort of talcum powder with the resin and create something called bog, which you can then use to fill in the holes that I've drilled. I've got to clear all this out obviously, but all the holes I've drilled to fill them back up. But I'm just going to fill them back up with this and get that done today. So I've got quite a bit to do today, because I'm trying to catch up really from doing bugger all the last couple of weeks. So I'm also going to go around. My main bit for today is fill up those holes. I want to quick go around with the sander just to clean these up, and I'm going to fill these little holes that are everywhere. Give this a bit of a sand all over, I think, because I'm a little bit worried. This is the first time we've had cloud, and I'm just going to keep an eye on the weather, because we do have rumours of rain. So so the other bit I want to do, this is I didn't notice the crap there. Bloody hell. Well, we can still patch that, but yeah, so that's going to get put back into the floor, and then I'm going to glass around the sides of it, but it needs to be stuck down first. So I think this week I'm going to stick it down, and after I've filled in the holes, and then I can put the this patch in on top, let it set, and then we'll go from there. I've got some blue paint as well. It's deck paint. Some people say put birdseed with it, but I'm just going to try it out and see what colour it is, because my thinking is to paint this. So yeah, we've got some stuff to do, but yeah, that's about it for today. Okay, right, I better crack on before it's going to be home time already. Right, I've got all the little holes on the outside done. Just gonna give it a light sand with my hand just to clean that off, and then I can start. No, sorry, I'm gonna do the inside of the boat now. I'll give that a little sand, and then I can start making, filling these holes up and start making that good. But yeah. Just because the sun's not directly on us, it is still really hot, as I'm sure it is wherever you are, but Not sure this mask is doing anything with a beard on, but try, because it is be later on tonight, I'll feel that. Yeah. I was going to be cleaning this up, but I don't have a hoover here, and I'm just not going to be doing a proper job if I do this. So we'll just fill the holes today with the filler. The expanding foam I'll have to do in the week. I must admit, it's taken me a lot longer to get these holes prepared than I thought. So I'm going to fill them up. I've got a little bit of hoovering I need to do this patching. And also was thinking about fiberglass in the patching today, but I think really I need some help here for that. Especially, I've never really worked with fiberglass. Done it a couple of times, but if I remember rightly, it didn't go very well. So. Yeah, so I'm going to, I'll get some help for that. But yeah, I'm pleased. We're going to fill all these holes. They'll be ready for sand. So hopefully then next week, I shouldn't set myself up to fail here really, because I think I'll make a list a bit too long, and you know, it's not a race. Well, we've got till, well, I always get told I think out loud. So go around, fill all these holes. I'm going to call it a day. Right, what I'm realising is that this stuff is sound for like covering the holes, but bigger, but these little bits need filler, not this stuff. So I'm going to quick go around and do all the bigger holes with this before it goes off. My camera ran out of battery at the worst time, but my fault for taking them longer than I thought. Okay, so I've got the P40, which I've now realised that for the small holes that I'm doing is I don't really need that, so I'm gonna have to sand down and then fill after, but that's fine. I've done all the sides in it now. I'll go around in a sec and show you. But as soon as I've started in this, I'm going to finish with it. I've only got the top to do here, all these holes. And the hatch, the top there, that could actually do with the fiberglass reinforcing anyway. So I'll just carry on as I am for now. Woohoo! Okay, I've just finished. One thing I will suggest to anyone trying this is wear gloves. Right, so I think normal filler would have been fine for the majority of the holes I've filled here. But never mind, so I'm gonna have to sand this down then, and it'll probably need a filler just to smooth it out. But yeah, so that's all the holes on the outside, around the front. Also up on top. In some places I put a bit too much hardener in, which the bloke in the shop did tell me not to do, but I still did it. The coolest thing here that I was proud of here is it's strengthening this up, because it looks like it gets a bit mistreated, I think is the right word. So again, down the side, all that's done, and obviously on top, like I said, the internal, I've done all the internal bits, and at the back I need to bring the hoover down to clean out those holes properly, and I've got that can there to put in, so then I can stick down this back down. The bit that I've been saying I'm going to be doing for the last 3 weeks, but I shouldn't really commit to these lists. I've got an air tool, like an air sander, but the connector I've got is the wrong size of my compressor. I've got 2 sizes and it's the one in the middle, as always. I've got an orbital sander, but for some reason it's not here, so someone must have borrowed it and not put it back. So that's the next mission: sand everything down, give it a light fill and another sand, and then I've got some deck paint which I'm gonna do for this, for the blue on top. So I think that's going to be the next mission, or I don't know, I'll need to think it out. But definitely sand and refill, and then it's ready for paint. Well, this is really the next big thing, isn't it? Because I keep pushing my luck with the rain, because we've had nothing but sunshine for weeks now, and today it's just started to cloud over. So I have a room with a little bit of rain coming. So I've got a tarpaulin, and I've also got, a friend gave me this perspex, so I'm laying that across as well with the fiberglass, everything, and that covered I think will be fine. So this is a concrete lorry that I built with, well, I say I built, I was the labourer, and my mechanic guy that comes and does our mechanics, he built it with me, and I was just, you know, being coached along. So we bought another one, which is due to be here in about 2-3 weeks time. It's pretty much the same truck as this, but it's going to have a rear steer axle on the back and a slightly bigger mixer on the thing. That's a 4-cube mixer, and we're getting a 7-cube mixer put on the back with the new one. When that does come, it is going to take priority. It's going to be parked where the concrete pump is, and where I'm stood here would be the mixer unit, which is the mixer unit's going to get refurbed, sanded down, repainted, and then the actual chassis cab, which similar to, I mean, this one was originally a Tesco refrigerator, you know, box truck that was up and down the motorways. It was probably twice the length, or nearly twice the length. We cut down the axles and shortened it, which we'll be doing again to this one, but with this having the extra axle with the rear steer, it's going to be a bit more complicated, but I'm going to do a video series on that as well. So if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. I'm only new to this, so to the YouTube and stuff like that, so I'm quite enjoying it, and if you're enjoying watching, please do spread the word. I'd appreciate it. Comment and give me some advice, tell me what I'm doing wrong, yeah. Sometimes I do things the hard way, but I think that's the best way to learn sometimes. So right, time to go home, I think.